What's going on, veterans? How's it going? Donte reporting live from Veterans Upward Bound. Decided to do something a little bit different as well. Ashley had a brilliant idea of letting our students get to know who we are as veterans, as people, as parents, as all the above, just to get to know us. So yeah, I decided to come out with this PowerPoint and create something hopefully that you guys will love, get to know me as a person, and just, you might find out that a lot of my story is relatable to what you veterans have gone through. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in. All right, so thinking back, 2008 was when I graduated from high school. My high school life was amazing. I was a stellar athlete. I played basketball, baseball, ran track. I ran cross country to prep for not baseball, I should say basketball. But I was pretty good at that sport. And I loved sports. Sports was what kept me in tune with school. I went to school and I had to excel in school in order to excel on a basketball court or on a field, so that was my motivation for going to school and producing those good grades, is because I wanted to be a part of the sports, and with that, I was a typical jock. Everything was all about sports. Academics, was due to sports. So for me, high school was amazing. I was a part of a championship basketball team. I was an MVP on the team. Shout out to Coach Agerson, Coach Johnson, Coach Thompson, and Coach Avery. They were awesome. Shout out Coach Lyons, my baseball coach, and also Mr. Schrader, our track coach, and my cross country coach. So shout out to them, because they played a pivotal point, I should say, into who I developed into today. A lot of their teachings and coaching styles that they brought to me is what I used for my youth basketball. So shout out to them. From that transition on from high school, I ended up getting accepted to Cal State Bakersfield. And that transition was different because I'm no longer living at home. I'm not reporting to parents. I'm kind of on my own in a sense. And that was very challenging for me because I was the first person in my family, or I should say my immediate family, to go to a university. And so that was hard to navigate because it's something that you don't see, something that wasn't really big in our family, going to college and things like that. So I was kind of like the first one to do it. And I was the breadwinner of the family, so it was kind of like all responsibility was on me. And growing up in the community that I grew up in, not a lot of black people were thriving in that sense. You're a product of your environment, one, but also what you see is what you believe that you can achieve. I was big into sports because if you look at the NBA, the NBA looks kind of like me, baseball not so much now, but the dynamics of baseball way back in the early 90s and mid 90s, it looked similar to me, when you thought about doctors and nurses and professors and things like that, it didn't resemble me. So I didn't identify with any of those things. All I identified with was sports. So that was my top priority going to Cal State Bakersfield. I was looking to get on a sports team. I was looking to play basketball or baseball. Didn't work out the way I expected it to. So then I was left with what now is my identity and purpose. And I'm pretty sure a lot of the veteran community right now is kind of dealing with that as they transition out of the military. What is my purpose? What is my identity now? And that's something that I struggled with as a 19-year-old, and it was hard to navigate. I was going to school, and because sports was taken away, my new priority now was like partying. It was easy. It was fun, getting to know different people and experience things that college students experience, was fun. It was enjoyable. With that, it also led to bad grades as well. Nobody was holding me accountable for my actions, and it showed with my grades. Next thing you know, money started piling up, loans on loans on loans to be paid back. It was getting up in the thousands and thousands and thousands. I was like, look, I got to switch something up. I have to change something. With that change came the military. My father is prior Navy, Vietnam vet. A lot of the church members that I grew up with were also military as well. So that military influence on me was great. And they thought it would be a good idea to transition into the military because it kind of gives you that balance of what you want to do. It gives you some purpose, gives you identity. So I decided to transition and go into the Air Force. Very rewarding. That was me back in 2010. A lot slimmer than I am as now, but very enjoyable. Great times in the military. Military brought a whole lot of things. It led me to experiencing different cultures, meeting lifelong friends, and meeting different people, and it was very rewarding. And during my time in the military, I just happened to go out at the right time, and guess what I met? This woman right here, my wife Maria. She's an amazing wife. Military brought us into our paths crossing, I should say, and it's been very rewarding. But with that came some additionals. She had 2 kids from a previous relationship before me, so navigating work, military, then wife, kids, it's kind of like I got thrown in there all at once. And it was challenging at times. It really was. It wasn't easy, not easy at all. And in doing so, the military career for me was still going good and great. Still on the fence on getting out and things like that. And she was like, you know what, you should go back to school. And I was like, yeah, last time I went, I didn't do so good. This time it'll be different, because she provided that support that I needed. She kind of drove me, and before I couldn't even piece together a paper, I'd have to give it to her and like, hey, can you proofread this? This is trash, And she would kind of tell me, hey, try this approach. And in doing that, I started getting A's on A's on A's. And the next thing you know, I was on the Honor Society, all kind of stuff. And that was contributed to her believing in me and her, motivating me and pushing me to strive for bigger and better things. And while I was in the service, I was knocking out school. So I actually got my AA while I was in the military. So that way I was able to use my GI benefits for university work only, which was awesome. Because now I'm working on a master's, and it's still being paid for through the GI Bill. So the GI Bill is going to covered my bachelor's, and it's going to cover my master's program. And it might be able to cover a little bit of my PhD or doctoral program, I should say, because, I navigated that perfectly. And I gotta salute the wife for that. She was amazing in that. She provided that support that I needed. So when I moved here to Arizona, because I did get accepted to Cal State Fresno, Cal State Sac or Sac State. I also got accepted to UC Irvine, but UC Irvine and Sac State didn't provide my major, I should say. So I was able to get into school, wasn't sure I was going to be able to get my major. So with that, it was between Fresno State and Arizona State. Fresno State was a good school. The location wasn't really appealing to me and my family, but Arizona was. It was very affordable, able to thrive and things like that. So we decided to go with Arizona State. But then another wrench was thrown in because like right before we were about to leave, my wife got pregnant with our youngest, Derek. So that was very challenging in itself as well, because like merely a month before we're leaving California, I'm bringing a baby to Arizona with us, Very challenging because I'm about to embark on being a full-time college student, and I got to be a dad. And when it came to Evan and Camille, they were, small, but they were still manageable. Now it's like you're going to lose sleep. You learn how to change a diaper, things like that. Now I'm getting thrown into the fire, but at the same time, I'm still trying to go through school and things like that. So we moved to Arizona. I'm thinking we were going to be able to get into a house of some sort. No. We ended up in Section 8 housing and assistance living and things like that. We were on SNAP, we were on food stamps, things like that, because that transition hurt us gravely. But it didn't hurt us too bad, but I mean, the transition was different. It wasn't what I expected. So this right here is our apartment complex. It is a 3-bedroom unit with a living room, kitchen, bathroom, 1 bathroom, I should say, a dining and a laundry unit was in this one unit. It was very small. We were very closely connected as a family and things like that. But living situation was very, very not appealing to me at the moment, but we were able to get through as a family, which was big. In my 2 years of being there, I was able to graduate, and that was through the support of my family, my wife and my 2 kids, especially my wife. My wife was huge in that because, I came here with a purpose. I came here with I wanted to do this, that, and the third, and she helped in me achieving that, just like she helped out with my AA as well. She's still been helping me out as far as providing that support for me, even in my master's program. So that's me in a nutshell, you guys. You guys got to realize too as well, You know, we're here to support you guys in everything that you guys do. Don't feel like, oh, Dante's, he can't relate to my situation or circumstances. Yeah, I actually can. I very much can. I understand that, life happens. You have, our veterans have children, our veterans have responsibilities, rent, things like that. But just know that me and Ashley are here to support you, even Ms. Nilda and Ms. Julia as well. We're trying to provide community and that support system that you guys need. So that way, when you guys transition into whatever it is you want to transition into, you have that support and you are backed 100%. And so that is just a little bit of us. That's a little bit of me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to leave a like or a comment below, please do so. But that is about it, you guys. You guys take care, be well, be safe, and we will see you soon, okay? Take care. Bye.